There is nothing like homemade bread, especially if you're not at home. Let's say in New York. Immigrant Polish Jews from Krakow introduced a taste of home that defines New York's identity: the bagel. Obwarszanek Krakowski. The Krakowian bagel dates back to before the 14th century.
You make them out of plain flour, water, malt powder, salt and yeast. Dissolve the malt powder in water.
And now you can also do what Polish people are really good at: blending in and working hard.
And Polish people have been doing that across the EU. Membership of the European Union has brought not just billions in EU funds to Poland, but also jobs.
Even a job for the country's former Prime Minister, Donald Tusk. Heading up the European Council means having a lot on your plate.
The migration crisis, the still unresolved dilemmas of the Eurozone, lasting tensions in eastern Ukraine, Brexit. This is our daily bread. Our daily bread. Our daily bread.
Bread that can be stale, dry, bland. And Tusk knows what he's talking about.
I worked as a bread seller for 1 year.
Divide the dough into 3 equal pieces, like the separation of powers.
Judiciary, legislative, executive. In Poland, the executive part, that's the government, has been trying to control the justice part, that's the courts.
Here's the problem. If one part becomes too big and influential by undercutting the rule of law, that's a recipe for an illiberal democracy and in baking bad bagels.
The EU doesn't like the taste of that.
We feel a strong feeling of solidarity with the Polish people, who deserve, like all Europeans, to have an independent judiciary, to have a full separation of powers in their country.
So don't just eyeball this. Make sure all 3 parts are equal, so always use scales.
Form 9 long rolls and wrap them around your fingers.
Just imagine you're Jarosław Kaczynski, the de facto leader of Poland, and this is the justice system.
The EU leaders hope they can still cool the row overnight in the fridge. Otherwise, the EU will get into hot water with Warsaw.
Let your bagels float for 30 seconds on each side, and then sprinkle them with sesame seeds or poppy seeds.
Bake at 240 Celsius for about 15 minutes.
If you were planning on selling these Obwarszanek Krakowski now, think again. There are rules in the EU for everything. Just like with champagne or Parma ham. EU legislation dictates that these bagels can only be produced in one place: Krakow. They're literally homemade. If you'd like to make this bread yourself, click here for a step-by-step tutorial. And if you're hungry for even more bread recipes, click right here.